And welcome to the latest update on adverse activity afloat. It did look as if the region was getting quieter. However, this week has seen an uptick in activity. So I'm going to cover the reported incidents, then look at some of the consequential effects. I appreciate this update is a day early, but unfortunately I have other commitments tomorrow. So it's reported that the Houthis attacked two ships in the Red Sea on Monday, 15th of July. First, the Panamanian-flagged and reportedly Israeli-owned tanker Bentley 1 was attacked off Hodeidah by three small Houthi vessels, which were described as blue and white in colour, one of which was reportedly uncrewed, and there were reports that the unmanned vessel twice collided with the tanker. The tanker responded with what were described as self-protection measures, and after about 15 minutes the attack was aborted. However, it was further reported that three separate waves of missile attacks later exploded in close proximity to the vessel. Also on Monday, the Liberian-flagged and Marshall Island-owned oil tanker Chios Leon was attacked by a Houthi unmanned surface vessel, which hit the tanker and caused damage. UK MTO in Dubai has reported that both ships and all crew are safe. Also on Monday, US Central Command CENTCOM confirmed its forces had destroyed 5 uncrewed Houthi aerial vessels, 3 over the Red Sea and 2 in areas off Yemen. If we just return back to the Chios Leon attack, an oil slick extended to more than 125 miles has been discovered or has appeared in the Red Sea. It's not clear what's caused the spill, which is likely to be fuel oil, but that vessel did embark 90,000 tonnes of fuel oil on the 2nd of July, and its manager Stealth Maritime has reportedly declined to comment on whether the vessel is leaking oil. Further attacks were reported later in the week, and on Friday the Singapore-flagged container ship Libivia was hit 83 nautical miles southeast of Yemen. All crew members were again reported safe. Houthi spokesman on this one reported that the ship was targeted due to the company that owns it violating the decision to ban entry to the ports of occupied Palestine. And yesterday, 20th of July, Liberian-flagged container ship was attacked 64 nautical miles northwest of Mocha by a skiff and by both uncrewed aerial system and an uncrewed surface vessel, both of which exploded near the ship, causing slight damage. And also last week, the Houthis claimed their longest range attack yet, and the target of this has now been identified as the US-flagged container ship Maersk Sentosa. So what are the repercussions of all of this? Well, interestingly, this week, the US Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Affairs Control, or OFAC, has designated a dozen officials and vessels as being blocked, which is sanctioned, for financing Houthi activities in the Red Sea, and all are linked to Saeed al-Jamal, who'd previously been sanctioned. Those sanctioned include Mohammed Roslan bin Ahmed, who is an Indonesian-based Malaysian and Singapore national, also known as Royston, and, forgive my pronunciation, Zhuang Liang, Chinese national, both of whom, so him alongside Royston, have reportedly facilitated illicit shipments and engaged in money laundering. Also sanctioned are the Seychelles registered and Thailand and Singapore based Ascent General Insurance Company. And then in the UAE, there's Phonasis Energy Trading Company LLC, Barco Ship Management Inc., CNOT Shipping Inc., and Alpha Shine Marine Services LLC. Moving slightly away from that, it'll come as no surprise to anybody who's been paying any attention to this that the Suez Canal's annual revenue has dropped by about a quarter in its last financial report. For those who are unaware, Suez Canal Authority is a very large contributor to the Egyptian state's coffers. So maybe pressure will be applied on the Houthis from those quarters because Egypt is losing a shed load of money at the moment. Also, there are fears that strains on shipping could have economic impacts. Whilst the disruptions in the supply chains aren't as bad as during COVID, there are concerns that the cost increases will be passed to consumers, and that has two impacts really. The direct impact is of raising inflation in the short term, and this is also could be used as an incentive to onshore production, which is going to reverse some of the impacts of globalisation. In addition, some European companies have issued profit warnings recently, which have cited disruptions in the Red Sea as a reason that they are not performing as they should. But there are positive signs. Port congestion in Singapore looks to be easing, and spot container rates appear to be plateauing. That's 5 minutes. I appreciate that's longer than usual, but I thought it was worth going through all of those incidents in some detail and giving some repercussions for you. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.